right, welcome everybody to our Franklin Virtual Schools weekly webinar. We are, of course, changing the future of education. My name is Heidi Craig, and I have my esteemed colleague Mike Daly here with me as well. And we are on today.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, to go over English as a second language and our English language enhancement program. So with that, I will go ahead and dive in. And today, what we're talking about is very important to our international agents, of course. English as a second language. Obviously, English, many of you are sending your students over to English-speaking countries, so ESL, as we commonly call that, is a pathway program to Franklin academic programs. It has a CEFR certification levels A1 through C2, and what's important about that is to get into the Franklin Virtual High School program, some of the independent study programs, you've got to get at least to the B1 certification level in that CEFR. So B2, sorry. And so it's a pathway program to get you qualified to be your students to be working in those levels. The best part is, like, we are forerunners in the online virtual schools industry. It's an app-based English learning program. So it includes online and offline components. It utilizes a special 1-3-1 methodology for brain-based learning, the best way to learn a foreign language, and coming soon 100% online with coaching. So our ESL program is absolutely unique. Now, who is it for? Obviously, students who are interested in a study abroad but must meet their basic language requirements before they depart. That's a perfect example of the type of student that you can implement this program with. Students who are taking English-speaking pathway programs as well. We have opportunities to help people in the hospitality, aviation, banking, and other industries. And then families, our ESL courses available from 5 years old and up. And the programs that, that really help are going to be announced in a second here, but really, why is Franklin ESL, why is it so special? It's so special because it's the fastest learning methodology around. It's proven in more than 100 countries. It's, again, like I said, specialty learning for hospitality, aviation, business, other industries, and it's perfect for young learners and business professionals. You can also earn high school credits, elective credits, while learning English, and then there is unparalleled support. So again, ESL is taught all over the world, but Franklin ESL is specific, it is different, and it does have components that other programs just don't have. These program options, Mike, I know you were passionate about the program options. Go ahead and tell our agents here what we have for options.
Yes, thanks, Heidi. Yeah, as you can see on the screen here, we've got a number of different options that are very, very age specific. Obviously, everybody knows that young children do not learn the same way as executives, for example, a new language. And of course, their attention span is not the same as an adult or a teenager would be either. So we've designed different types of learning formats or different lessons for students who are at different ages and different careers even. So you can see here we have a couple of different programs at the top called Let's Go for very young students. The lessons are basically done in the format of animation characters who are going to be teaching them different vocabulary and different ways to say the things that they want to ask for at their age level. FLC Kids is another similar type of program for students who are 7 to 10 years old, and then we go up into the school year, the elementary and the middle school and high school. We have we're starting to get a little bit more academic English with the First English, English for Success, and New Dynamic English. And then once we get into the Dynamic Business English, we're looking at students who are generally high school graduates and above, even up to working people who want to use English in their business lives or in a business setting. Then, of course, one of the newer courses that we're offering are specialty English courses that are especially geared to people who are either in or planning to go in the hospitality industry, like hotels and restaurants, catering businesses. And then we have aviation for people who are looking to go into the aviation industry, whether it be a pilot, ground maintenance, flight control, what have you. Everybody knows that English is the international language of aviation. So it's very, very important for anybody who's looking to get into this industry that they learn English, and specifically English for aviation, because that's almost a whole language by itself. Then, of course, we have business and many more specialty courses that are designed for people who are looking to use English in a variety of very specific ways that are important to them.
Wow, I did not know that about aviation. That's very interesting. I That's awesome. And obviously, we're the people to provide it. And English is a
Yes.
second language. The best part, guys, it's very simple to get started. The agents who work with Franklin will help you determine the best form of class. You can either go with the 100% Franklin-led or some agent-led components to add extra value. We have this going on in Honduras. The agents have a classroom in their agency that they're agent-led and working on those components to add some extra value. The students pay the agent, then the agent pays Franklin access fee, and Franklin helps the agent and the student install the ESL program, and students begin right on the learning path. So it's very, very simple. That, again, it's a step-by-step process. There is no guesswork. And as your support here at Franklin, we're, of course, going to be with you every step of the way. Now, English is a second language worldwide. Again, it's being taught, it's being trained worldwide. The monthly tuition here is only $150. As a registered agent of Franklin Virtual Schools, your monthly commission is $60 a student. Of course, we have wholesale pricing available. But Mike, I know you definitely had some input on what it costs around the world and how this compares to that.
Yeah, as anybody who has helped a student get enrolled in overseas English program or ESL program knows, the tuition fees for one of those programs is nowhere close to what we're offering here at Franklin. Typically a good ESL program overseas, especially here in the U.S., can run about $1,500 per month. And that's
Wow.
only a limited number of hours per week, usually about 20 hours per week. And then that's it. So we're about 10% of the cost of US-based ESL program. But if you factor in the additional cost of living in a foreign country, that would put you another $1,000, $1,200, $1,500 a month. So we're looking at studying in an ESL program in the US of at least $3,000 per month. So you compare that to $150 a month in the comfort of your home whenever you want to study, and for however many hours you want to study during that month, you can see that the value there speaks for itself.
Absolutely. That's the flexibility. I would have to say one of the things I love the best about our school and our programs is really flexibility. It gives the opportunity for students to learn anywhere, anytime that they have an internet connection. And this is just another great example, and a really great example, because if you do end up having to take an ESL class at a specific time, at a specific place, or for only a specific amount of hours per month, this is unlimited to you as far as and actually gives you the opportunity to go fast or slow, depending on how quickly you need to learn English. So awesome. All right. So the English language enhancement, the best part is we don't just have how to speak English. We're not just teaching how to speak English. What we're doing, or even read it, or even just plain write it, but what we're doing is helping people become much more able to understand English comprehensively. And the English language enhancement courses absolutely do that. They're designed to build on existing skills. They're adaptive to students' level of comprehension, meaning that they're individually tailored. And I think that it really makes a big difference for people who are, students who are going abroad to get a feeling for that English that's going to be spoken in the classroom. It includes a focus, if needed, on reading, math, and culture. English language enhancement is just going to increase their comprehension tenfold. And it's very simple how it works. Like I mentioned earlier, they're going to take an assessment test leading to prescriptive learning, meaning that they're not going to start at the beginning. They're going to start with what they already know. And then achieve academic language and course enhancement. They're going to get the via videos, lectures, class assignments. It prepares the students for competitive English speaking, school pathways, including university. And I know that we have a lot of students that are coming to English speaking countries to go to university. This is the perfect set of courses. And they can take one, they can take, they can take as many as they want. They can learn American activities like shopping, cooking, measurements, currency, and culture. Very, very simple to help them come and not have culture shock. Students who already have a basic understanding of the English language, like I said, we're not teaching them how to speak English. We're teaching them about understanding English and utilizing it in an effective and successful way. It also helps students who are needing to learn classroom English and studying abroad. And Mike, I know that you had definitely had some experience, 20 years in the industry as an agent with the kind of students that need English language enhancement.
Yes. Well, not only did I spend a good amount of time as a US-based agent, but when I first started working in education, I was the director and slash marketer for an ESL school here in
Wow.
the US. And so I saw firsthand some of the benefits of students coming to the US and studying English in a very immersive environment. They're in class, they study for 20 to 30 hours a week, and then they go outside and then English is everywhere. It
Mhm.
sounds like they would have no problems learning English quickly as possible and getting on to the next phase of their education. And in theory, that's correct. But it's not, in my experience, it's never been quite that simple. There are a lot of other factors involved that over the years have led me to believe that maybe coming to the US to learn English might not be the best solution for every student. And I say that because one of the things that Heidi has mentioned earlier is that when students come to the US for the first time, they experience a certain amount of culture shock. Well, when you don't know the language very well when you first come to a foreign country, those symptoms of culture shock are magnified significantly. And when that happens, the students have a lot more frustration with doing everyday simple things that they had no problems doing back in their home country. And that can sometimes lead to other issues such as depression or maybe school truancy, or maybe finding, spending most of their free time with friends from their home country where they could comfortably speak their native language together and not progress in their English language as quickly as they need to. So there's a lot of good reasons to be studying English in your home country, and especially with the Franklin program being as interactive as it is, it nearly replicates the experience of learning in an American ESL program or ESL program in the United States or other countries.
Yeah, that's a fantastic point. I know if I were visiting a foreign country, I would definitely be seeking out the English speakers. I
It's
know.
only natural.
Yeah, I know. That's so funny. Yeah, great point. And Mike's right 100% on the money here. The English Language Enhancement Program is one of our easiest programs to start. All the students do is register on your agent portal through you. And of course, we recommend the students pay you directly because that means that your commissions are directly in your hand in the moment, and then they can immediately start learning. And the subjects, again, they're fun, they're interactive. Franklin's learning environment is really well monitored and really well attended so that, they feel supported going through those courses. Think about this too. In cost, It's only $300 a student. It's only $300 a student, and your monthly commission on that is $60. Of course, as with all of our programs, there is wholesale pricing available, but think about spending $300 before your student leaves for their study abroad program, and think how successful that would make them in your study abroad program, and they would come back with a great experience, with not only being well prepared, but probably your program would run more smoothly for them. It will definitely give them an advantage. So the ELE, English Language Enhancement courses, are very, very useful for that situation. Now, with all of our courses and our programs, we have recommendations. I mean, all of you agents out there are marketing, other courses and other things to your students. Obviously, your own programs first, but secondly, we have help for you. We can help you with the social media promotions. We can absolutely help you with our flyers and other media that you can use at local schools, web pages, other digital marketing. I know that most of you are already doing this, but the best part is we have experience marketing our programs. And because of that, we can help you market our programs. And what that will do for you is we've mentioned in earlier webinars, maybe the students that you're helping right now, maybe it's 100, maybe it's 1,000 students that you're working with. What about those other 500 that are left at home? What about the ones that you haven't been able to do something with? This is an opportunity sometimes to do things with that group of students, and we can absolutely help you with targeting, really targeting. And along that vein, and I know Mike's got something to add here for sure, because he came up with the greatest idea the other day, but think about it with package sales. If you have an immersion program that you're running and you send your kids, your students, I've got one of these in Ecuador right now. He's got 30 students going to Canada, and he's doing the pre-AYP, he's doing the ELE before it came as a package with the program. So he's doing those students a great favor by getting them involved in speaking English in different environments before they even hit an English speaking environment. So Mike, I know you had something to add there.
Yeah, certainly. Like Heidi was mentioning, there's a lot of different ways that you can help serve your students through the Franklin ESL and ELE programs. Again, there are endless ways, actually, that this can be done. We can, if your students are looking to go into the Franklin high school program or dual degree program, they're going to need ESL or ELE first. That's almost universal. And so that's two programs in one, two opportunities to serve your students and earn commission in the meantime. If they are already planning to go to a high school overseas, there's likely the opportunity to offer them or recommend to them anyway, an ELE or ESL program first, and then possibly a pre-AYP program before they go over to the U.S. and get involved in a regular traditional high school program there. And if you already have, like Heidi pointed out in one example, if you work with group students, whether they're young students like 10 years old or younger, we have an ESL program that can help them have a little bit of a background of the kind of English that they're going to need and experience during their group program to the U.S. or another English-speaking country before they come here, especially if they're going to be having a home state family experience. A little bit of English that will help them in everyday situation is going to make them enjoy their experience immensely more than if they came without that month or 2 months of training beforehand.
It can really take away that fear.
Absolutely.
And the anxiety that goes with being in an environment where you don't understand what's being said around you.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, I'm so glad that we were able to put this on this evening here in the States. And I appreciate you joining us this evening as well. It's morning in many places around the world, but our ESL programs and our ELE programs, I think, really can make the difference in not only a student's academic experience, but in any immersion program experience. And they're very unique the way they run, and also very, very cost effective comparatively. So just to wrap up, I think some of those things were the highlights, and we'll look forward to helping you in the future with your ESL and your ELE students.
And don't forget, Franklin is always open for business.
Go virtual.